After Hou Yi ascended the throne as king, a tribe called the Hou clan refused to submit and rebelled. Qi waged war against the Hou tribe, ultimately defeating and destroying them. The captured members of the tribe were punished and made into slaves. Seeing the fate of the Hou tribe, no other tribes dared to resist. To consolidate his rule, Qi began constructing walls, digging moats, building an army, and establishing prisons. Believing his position as king was secure, Qi began to indulge in a life of luxury. He drank excessively, hunted endlessly, and lived an extravagant and licentious lifestyle. Upon his death, his sons fought for power, throwing the newly established dynasty into chaos. Later, Qi's son Taikong ascended the throne, but he was also extremely incompetent. On one occasion, Taikong took his family to the northern bank of the Luo River to hunt. Enthralled by the excitement of the hunt, he continued for 100 days without returning home. At that time, in the lower reaches of the Yellow River, there was a tribal leader from the Yi people named Hou Yi. Ambitious and power-hungry, Hou Yi sought to seize control of the Xia dynasty. Seeing that Taikong was absent, Hou Yi seized the opportunity and personally led his army to occupy the Luo River. When Taikong triumphantly returned with his bounty of hunted animals, he was blocked by Hou Yi's army on the opposite bank of the river. Taikong had no choice but to live in exile on the northern bank of the Luo River. However, Hou Yi did not yet declare himself king. Instead, he installed Taikong's brother Zhongkong as the new Xia king while holding real power in his own hands. Hou Yi was a famous archer whose skill was unparalleled. According to legend, in ancient times, there were originally 10 suns in the sky, scorching the land and causing severe damage to crops. People turned to Hou Yi for help, and he drew his bow and shot down 9 of the suns, leaving only 1. His archery skills were widely admired and respected. At first, Hou Yi served only as Zhongkong's assistant. However, after Zhongkong's death, Hou Yi expelled Zhongkong's son Xiang and seized the Xia throne for himself. Relying on his reputation as a master archer, Hou Yi began to rule tyrannically. Like Taikong, he became obsessed with hunting and entrusted the affairs of the state to his trusted subordinate, Hanjua. Seizing the opportunity, Hanjua secretly amassed power and support. One day, when Hou Yi returned from a hunting trip, Hanjua sent men to assassinate him. After killing Hou Yi and usurping the throne, Hanjua feared that the Xia people would rise against him. He pursued and sought to kill Xiang, whom Hou Yi had expelled. Wherever Xiang fled, Hanjua pursued him relentlessly. Eventually, Xiang was killed by Hanjua. At the time, Xiang's wife was pregnant. Driven to desperation, she fled through a hole in the wall and escaped to her maternal home, where she gave birth to a son named Shao Kong. Shao Kong grew up tending livestock for his uncle. Later, he fled to the descendants of the Yu tribe, the Hou clan. Raised in hardship, Shao Kong developed exceptional skills and abilities. He rallied members of his own clan and received support from neighboring tribes. With their help, Shao Kong launched a counterattack against Hanjua and eventually reclaimed the throne. From the reign of Taikong to Shao Kong, the Xia dynasty endured nearly a century of chaos before it was restored. This period in history is known as the Restoration of Shao Kong. After Shao Kong defeated Hanjua, the conflict between the Yi people and the Xia dynasty was not yet over. Many of the Yi people were renowned archers, and their bows and arrows were extremely powerful. Later, Shao Kang's son Zhu ascended the throne. Zhu invented a type of protective armor called Jia, which shielded soldiers during battle. With this innovation, Zhu defeated the Yi people, and the Xia dynasty's influence expanded further eastward.